Hey guys, welcome back. Today I want to talk about something different. I want to talk to you about the secret to changing your plan. So stay tuned. All right, so welcome back. In today's lesson, it's going to be a little bit different. Obviously not a lick that I'll be teaching today, so sorry for you guys that were looking for a lick of the week or something like that. But something that I wanted to kind of share with you guys, because I do give you so many licks and so many breakdowns of feels and runs or riffs, whatever you want to call them. I just kind of want to let you guys know and take away the idea that professional musicians or some cats who seem to be very elite musicians are perfect. And it's very simple. What I'm going to share with you today is very simple, and it's something that I really had to work on myself. Many of you that have been following me over the years, the good thing about you guys that have been here for a while, you've been able to kind of track my progress over YouTube, so you kind of have an idea. But for you that don't know me, and you may have seen another video with me playing some cool lick or something like that, a lot of the questions that I get concerning those things are, how do you come up with these things? How do you come up with these different ideas? Or what do you think about, and all this type of stuff? I get a lot of deep questions, and I got to be honest with you guys. There is no magic pill. There is no magic answer that's going to change everything for you. Now, there is an answer, but it might not be the one that most of you are willing to hear. And I'm pretty sure that this video might not be the most popular video, but I'm okay with that. I'd rather tell you the truth and help you to grow in the process and to becoming the better you than to try to keep feeding you something or be one of those people who feed you something to have you thinking, well, if you do this, it's going to change your plan. If you do that, it's going to change your plan. To be honest, what's going to make the biggest difference in your plan is you really digging in. The main thing I will say is, one, training your ears. If you're a musician, whether you play by ear or you read notes or you read tab or whatever the case may be, in order for you to be a better musician, it's going to require for you to better train your ears so that you have a better feel of what's going on in the music around you, regardless of whatever style of music you find yourself playing. You have to be able to train your ears to listen to what's going on around you. And if you're not doing that, you're doing yourself a disservice. Now, the other thing I'm going to encourage you guys to do, now a lot of people look over this fact, but this is one thing that really helped me in the my progressing as a player and actually speeding up the process. If you have a way to record yourself in some form of fashion, I would say start recording yourself. And some of you may say, yeah, we've heard that before. We've heard people talk about recording yourself. I'm telling you to take it a little bit further. Instead of just recording yourself, now begin to create. If you have the opportunity, like if you have some type of recording software, something like that, not only record yourself playing a bass line, record yourself creating parts, creating solos, like actually writing out your solos. And I don't literally mean write them out. If you read music, you can do that. If you read tab, you can possibly write out your solo. But I'm talking about taking time out to think out your solos, coming up with the best ideas that you can come up with that will possibly work. I mean, if you have to record it in pieces and sections, literally do that to get the idea out, to get it down, to get it concrete. I'm gonna let you in on a little secret from me. The song that you heard me playing at the beginning of this video is Scramble from my album Life. Now, I recorded that song 4 years ago. And now I'm having to go back and learn the song to play with my band. Many of you don't know I actually have a band, the Jermaine Band. And this is one of our t-shirts from our latest album, Dreams Work Reality. Shameless plug, if you want this t-shirt, is available right now on my website. I will put the link below. But guys, what I'm doing with this particular album, this is stuff that I played 4 years ago. I sat down and I really thought about the solo. Granted, a lot of the solo at the time when I recorded it was improvisation. But a lot of the stuff that I'm doing, when I come back and having to go back and learn a song, I don't know. I'm like, okay, how did I do that? How did I do that? And it's like, you would think that a person, after hearing the record, you would think that a person that played this type of stuff, you could just go back to it and just play it with no problem, especially the presentation that you get from Instagram and Facebook, that type of thing. It gives you this myth or this belief that everybody who does this can just play any song, or Victor Wooten or somebody like that can just play any song that they've ever written just at the drop of a hat. Some people are like that, but me, I'm not that way, and I tend to forget the things that I've done, and I tend to do my best work when I'm writing and creating music. So what I'm encouraging you to do is actually sit down and create music. See what you can come up with, and after doing that, now go back and start studying yourself. The thing that happens when you're creating music and it's genuinely coming from you, most of the time that's where you find yourself being the most honest. When you're writing songs and you're creating music, that's most of the time when you're going to be the most honest with yourself as far as your music is concerned. Now, if you were to go back and study that stuff and perfect the stuff that you're doing there, of course you keep listening to people, keep listening to lessons, keep adding to what you already know. But when you record yourself and you hear what you're doing, you're being true to you, and you're developing your own voice, you're developing your own sound. Not only that, recording yourself gives you a great idea of what your personal tone is sounding like. You can hear things about your tone that you need to tweak that you might overlook when you're just up here. When you're playing, you're listening to your tone, but for the most part, most of us just have so much fun playing, or just are so into what we're playing at the moment, we're not focusing and fine-tuning on the very small, fine detail of our tone. So recording gives you so many more advantages to that tone, as well as being creative and learning yourself, getting to know your sound even more. Even when you're trying to record and you're covering another bass player or you're covering another song, you have to go back. When you're listening and listen to the playback, you have to go back and listen in detail. Now you can hear every spot where you messed up. And if it's a song, just say if it's a song you play at church, it's a song that y'all have to do on Sunday. Record yourself playing the song to the album. Pull the MP3 into the session and record yourself playing the actual song, and listen to where the trouble spots are for you. Because when you're playing it real time, you may kind of hear it, but you'll quickly get over it and go on to the next part. But when you hear it, record it, and you're playing it back, you can hear where those trouble spots are, and you can spend time working out those spots. The third thing I'm going to say, it's going to take time for you to get to the place where you're actually happy with the things that you're playing. To reach that level of bliss, and it's something that I heard Anthony Wellington talking about, that different level of playing where you get to a level of playing where it's pure bliss. For me, it goes and comes. Sometimes I'm in the moment, like when I'm recording, that I'm so into what I'm recording, and the music and the ideas are just flowing. I can just play anything, and I don't even have to think about it. But now going back, and I'm in the moment of trying to learn songs and trying to retain all of this stuff on top of learning 15, 20 other songs, it's not a moment of bliss for me, because I'm trying to get all of this stuff in my head and get it back under my hands. This was 4 years ago, so I'm trying to get this stuff back into my muscle memory. So a lot of times it's more difficult to call this stuff back out. That's in my mind. It's there, but it's a little more difficult to call it back out. Now, you can get to that point to where it becomes pure bliss, but it's going to take you putting in the time, listening to stuff, going back through these songs. What I'm doing even here as I'm going through my practice time, learning this stuff, I'm playing a little bit of it. I stop. I go back, like I'm literally having to stop and see, okay, what am I playing? How am I playing this? How does it work against this chord? All this type of stuff. And I'm having to listen to every single thing that I'm doing to figure out what it is that's going on. And it comes through a tedious process of play a little bit, stop, play a little bit more, stop, go back to the beginning, play, stop, go. And it's a very tedious process. Now, I think the downside of like YouTube lessons and that type of thing, it's great that you have instant access to information, but I think for a lot of us, has made us lazy to where we don't want to take the time out and dig in and listen to that record and have to slow it down for ourselves, because we're so used to people playing it for us and slowing it down. Or we can just send a DM to our favorite bass player or leave him a comment, hey, can you break this lick down from this song? And it takes the responsibility from us actually listening to this music and learning it the hard way. And I'm telling you, if you do it that way, it's going to develop your ears so much more, because each time you ask this bass player or whoever your favorite player is to break it down for you, they're strengthening their ears because they're listening to it and they're learning. But for you, you're getting the easy way out. And so you're making it a little bit more harder on yourself to progress faster. Now, you're going to get there, but you're going to make it a little bit more difficult on yourself to progress faster. Now, I'm not chastising you guys who are asking for help. There's nothing wrong with that. And I do understand everybody's ears are different. Everybody learn at different levels. And I'm so glad I'm able to share stuff with you guys out there that need the extra help. But be careful to not sell yourself short by not listening to the albums, by you not taking the time to slow it down. And then when you get frustrated with it, all right, I forget it. I'm going to get Jermaine Morgan to show me. I'm going to get somebody else to break down this lick for me. No, take the time out. Keep going back, rewind it. Play 2 notes, get those 2 notes, take it back, rewind it, get the next 3 notes, and do that process. It's a tedious process, but it's worth the effort. Listen, guys, I hope this has been helpful to you. These are just some tools that you can take with you to improve on your playing. And remember, guys, if you want this Jermaine Morgan Band t-shirt, simply follow the link in the description as well. If you want the full lesson, follow the link in the description. And I'll see you guys later. Peace. Hey, thanks for watching today's video. And listen, if you enjoyed the content, click the subscribe button and don't forget to turn on my notifications so you can be notified each week once I post a new video. I really appreciate you guys being here, and check it out. If you want more content like this, and if you want to get even more in depth on the bass lessons, remember to head over to JermaineMorgan.net. There I have many more bass lessons. I talk a little bit more in depth on some of these subjects that we've covered here on YouTube, and I also have music. Most of you don't know, but I am an artist as well, so I do have music available there. If you want to hear me really play, I have music there, so check it out, and I will see you guys on next week. Thank you. I'm out of here.